All right. It says I'm connected.
Yep, mine looks good too.
Okay. We'll start. We have to restart. That's fine. So we'll get started here, and I'll start explaining this as we're going. We're using a online client to sort of power this, so a couple extra tech issues. But you all set?
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's just confirm on the map here. Okay, I'm in. There's some random pink on the map. I don't see you. There you are. Oh, I have plasma.
Yeah, okay, let's restart it. I loaded the wrong file initially.
Sorry about that. I'm just going to copy my file over again and make sure we're all clear here.
Yeah, Multitroid can do strange things when you don't load a fresh file right away.
Yeah. All right, you all set?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, we're just going to confirm on this map here. We're both live. And looks like we're good. Okay. So basically, if you haven't seen Multitroid before, what it is we're using a little online client. You should be able to see it there on screen. And basically, we share all health, ammo, and pickups and events. So right now, Slowers is going to do the series Ridley boss. Since the event's going to be shared, I can just wait here right on the platform. Allow me to get to the planet surface as soon as possible. The category we're doing, you can pretty much do any category of this. You can make up your own or anything. We are doing 69%, which means that we have to finish the game with exactly 69% of the items. So we should get a 69% at the end here. That number is chosen completely at random. Just so happens to be a very, nice number to get. It's high enough that you have to get most of the items, but it's low enough that you can skip like all the bad ones. And since we're doing Multitroid here, we're not actually going to be picking up the most efficient items because there's you'll sort of see as the run's going on, but there's basically certain like points we need to hit, and it's like as long as I get to like G4 before Sloters kills Dragon, basically all that time that I spend before that is effectively free. So I'll be picking up some inefficient items, and then while I'm going through Turian, Slaughter is going to be picking up some inefficient items, but it ends up being like almost free time since you're really just waiting for the other person. No, you want to go ahead, Slaughters?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, doing Multitroid in categories like this, where there's a lot of item collection, the routing can be very interesting because what the optimal route is between you and your partner is very much dependent on your relative skill level. So, for example, if I played with someone who was, had much higher execution abilities than Duck, then our route would actually probably be slightly different, or the other way around. If I played with a less skilled player, then our route would, something would have to change for it to be optimal and for us to not bottleneck each other throughout the run several times.
Yeah. So like compared to like if you just did like an RBO run by yourself, there's plenty of tutorials out there. Zenny obviously has a ton of them, but it's just like do this. Maybe there's a couple of safety strats, maybe there's not, but like it's sort of a well understood route. The thing with Multitroid is like, yeah, every set of people is going to be slightly different for what's optimal. So no matter what, you're going to have to, when you start running with someone, you're going to have to sort of tune it in. And I mean, this is clearly the most prestigious of categories. Me and Sloters currently do have the world record of 33 minutes and something. So prestigious, I don't even remember what the actual exact number is. We have complete dominance. We've gotten like what five world records in a row.
Yeah, and the last couple weeks too, we've been on some really hot runs.
Yeah, and you may be asking, well, how many people even run this category? And that's a good question. Anyways, I'm coming up into the climb now. Slaughter should be taking care of his bomb chorizo here shortly. And the reason we do send me down is because Slaughters doesn't know how to moonfall because he's not very good at this game. So again, if I was playing with someone with a higher skill level, maybe we would change exactly how we do this opening as I fall down climb.
Yeah, that trick's kind of my blind spot in this game, so I leave it to more talented players like Duck to handle that one. Something really cool that we started doing for this category too is you might have noticed I jumped over that energy tank, and the reason being it's a little bit faster for us to run through the pirates, and we also conserve ammo by not killing them. But by me jumping over it, Duck can actually pick up the tank afterwards and refill our health after I run through those pirates, so we don't lose as much. So our health, it gets kind of low in the beginning before we start grabbing some more E-tanks, and we're both going to be heading into boss fights pretty early, so it helps out a bit.
There's a couple of main like handshake points that we really are concerned about. And with the way we route it out, we want Slutters to kill Kraid before I have to open the door going into wreck ship. And then I also want to be able to get gravity before Slutters has to do lava dive. Theoretically, like if I'm really slow, theoretically we can go. It's just our health's going to get a little tight, but that's the main, one of the main ones. And then the last like big one is I want to get to G4 like right around when Slutters is killing Dragon. So Slutters is running pretty close to an 80% route here. Well, sort of a weird. You wouldn't never do KRD in any percent, but since he just basically gets a free gravity, he's going as fast as he can really to get to Dragon. He's only going to be picking up a very few amount of high value items. Also, I got the charge missile.
Perfect. Yeah, basically any easy items to grab that are like in the room, or if there's like a particular room that's like super dense with items, I might stop in like the Brinstar Reserve tank room that I just went in. But yeah, in general, at the beginning I'm kind of like doing any percent, and Duck's kind of doing more item collection. At first when we were routing this, we both like, one of us took 2 bosses, the other one took 2 bosses, but we figured out it's kind of faster to do it like this, where one person's just kind of like beelining through the bosses and the other person does more of the item collection.
Yeah, when we did 2 bosses, like I basically would kill Turian, and like sort of the issue was with that was like we weren't really like maximizing like the other players like downtime, so I had all this like extra. Like I said, but before Slutters gets to Dragon in this, like basically anything I do, as long as I still beat him there, is effectively free. And then anything he does while I'm in Turian is effectively free time for him, as long as he can beat me to the end.
Yeah, again, there's no like, it really depends on, you know, how good the 2 players are relatively with each other. That, you know, what works for me and Duck is not going to necessarily work for any 2 people that would try this. So it's a lot of fun to like try and route out and figure out how to best optimize it with your partner.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons we picked this category, because I was hoping there was going to be a couple cool routing decisions. And that was kind of the other downside of the other route we did, is it sort of ended up being like, if you did like a 69% by yourself, you just ended up picking up the same items because you were just trying to get as fast as possible. And then like Slutters, like you had like 2 minutes at the end where you weren't doing anything. It was just like crazy inefficient.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've seen like a normal PRKD route, you normally see me laying power bombs here because I'm coming back through. But neither of us are coming through those doors, so I can just skip right by them.
I'm about to be in Kraid, by the way.
Okay, you're way ahead of me this run. Oh, that's right. I also got the charge missile. That's 7 seconds.
It's pretty important that I get the quick kill here, otherwise it's going to be a long fight and I might use up more ammo than I should, and I could keep Duck locked out of some doors until I get some more drops for him. And also with him coming up to the Fantoon fight, having the various suit for extra protection, and this upcoming E-tank I'm going to get, pretty much guarantees he's not going to die.
Oh jeez, why would you say that? Yeah, I mean, like as long as I have Varia, since Varia halves damage, it's not just like twice as safe. It's like a million times more safe because each health drop gives me a whole extra hit here. Where normally without Varia, I would need 2 health drops to get a hit. So it just makes it a ton safer. Honestly, if I had Varia, I could go in here with 40 health and be fine. Probably even less than that. Thank you for your support, Deagle. I know you have faith in me.
Alright, there we go. No fears now.
If you want to take over while I do Fantune.
Sure. Also, what's kind of nice at this point is we're going to start grabbing. Obviously, we've grabbed a lot of missiles already, but we'll be grabbing a lot more super missiles and power bombs. So we're not really going to be like bottlenecking each other very much, except maybe towards the end when we lose all of our ammo to Mother Brain. And also, I use a lot of ammo on Ridley too.
Slow. Hopefully.
Funny enough, like sometimes it kind of works out better when he like gets bad patterns, because then it could get him speed booster earlier than he would normally have it, and he can kind of use it to save some time in room. So it's very like weird how, you know, how your partner plays has like kind of a big effect on the overall run.
Yeah, the biggest part is you know, one-shotting Moat and getting a 2-cycle Fantune as far as like timing of the run goes. That was a slow. That's actually the first 2 round of the day, but it was slow. It's also a right slow, which is super annoying. Also, I get the lovely experience of doing a wreck ship shaft with high jump and no speed, which is possibly the item combination to go through here. The other thing, as far as like trying to figure out like the actual efficiency on this, is since we're not really picking up beams all that much, ammo really is going to speed up fights like Ridley and Mother Brain a lot. So things like you're seeing me skip right side supers here. We were getting that for a while because of just supers pay you back in time a lot more. So it's a relatively slow item, but like, you know, it's a super, so it definitely helps. So that's one of the fun things of routing this. You have to take that kind of stuff into consideration. But since we're doing this with 2 people, you know, we can kind of like help each other out with ammo. Like normally in Ridley, you can't gain any ammo, but I can grab some for him in the middle of the fight. If I did have speed, I could get top overall missiles here. It would also be pretty efficient to bomb jump up there, but I'm pretty bad at that bomb jump. So again, like one of those things with if this was someone else playing, we'd probably be getting that item. But due to my particular idiosyncrasies, we end up skipping that. I do not have speed yet, so I cannot do Bowling Spark. There it is. At the worst time possible. Literally the door after slow. Very much. Your timing is impeccable.
Yeah, there's actually going to be like a few items that it seems weird that we're like skipping, or maybe like at the time we get it might seem kind of weird, but just because of like how we kind of have to play with each other with where both of us are at, there's weird choices that get made in this run.
Yeah, we were making change. We were just did 2 warm-ups to make sure we can remember the route before this, and we were changing items up until this last run. You do know what you're getting, right? We're not going to 69 again? Or
Yes.
68 again? Alright, very good.
We're world record holders. We we know what we're doing.
And I'm getting these items right here, this missile and the reserve here. If I had a particularly bad Fantune and Moat, I would go get gravity for Sloters so you can do lava dive before coming here. As a little bit of a safety strat, but so far we're still on pace. All right, there's your grav.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you can do this with more than 2 people. I don't know what the limit is. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 255 or something silly, but we've done we did like 4-player hundo last year a couple times for fun. Doing it with, like we said, like with your partner, your route's going to change. Doing it with like 3 or more people really starts like opening up like exactly like how everyone is playing with each other and with who's doing what and all that kind of stuff. So you can't just like take a 3-person route and just copy paste it to another group of people.
A little off topic, but a few years ago we talked about doing like a Rambo run, which is like every single boss, including Mother Brain, in reverse order, and having like 1 person in Multitroid for every single boss, and doing it like that. That might be a fun challenge sometime.
Yeah, RBO is interesting too because you can have some person farming for health while the other person is in Norfair, and like you can do it really low. That was one of the other things I was thinking about doing when I asked those who wanted to do it. Like do some sort of like low percent suitless thing. Also, I went to the ship there. The main reason I go to the ship there is at this point I should be ahead of Sloters. I should be beating him to G4. So I have the time to refill, and refilling there is going to give him as much ammo as possible for Ridley to speed up his fight there as much as possible. Because you can see our ammo. We don't have a lot of ammo right here. So I'm trying to grab right now as much as I can for Sloters for that fight. Yeah, for those who don't know, Rambo is versus all bosses and mini bosses. So where RBO is, I guess, more aptly named like reverse G4, Rambo includes Mother Brain and all the mini bosses as well. So there's some really corrupt things you have to do in that. How's the shark charging today, Sloters?
It's not good. Thanks for asking. Oops. Yeah, so what's nice about this Ridley fight is since that we only have charge and wave right now, I can use X Factors to start the fight, and then I have a ton of ammo to work with where I really, I'm not even going to need to do any charge shots.
Learning this category is finally what made Sloters break down and learn X Factor.
Well, some that are watching right now might say, wait, does he know how to do X Factors? Because that was, that was not a good one just now. Yeah, this is also kind of a weird part of the run where Duck like needs a super, and if I just blast through all of them right now, then I could potentially make him lose a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm coming up to Mission Impossible right now to use that one. Whoopsie doodles, I did not lay the power bomb close enough to open. Alright, we're golden. Oh, wait, we're not golden, I still need it. Okay, we're good now. Where golden was me opening the door correctly, not actually the super.
He is not dead. And he's dead.
All right, so I'm gonna be cleaning up most of this Brinstar stuff. Again, this is just some like high density stuff. And since Sloter's got to get all the way to Dragon, I basically have plenty of free time to collect most of this.
Yeah, there's a lot of like in-room stuff I'm gonna be picking up, but otherwise I'm going straight to Dragon, and then after that I kind of go into a item collection phase where I'm gonna be clearing out most of Meridia. So our roles kind of switch around at that point.
And with our route, like, it's not to the point where it's like it doesn't matter how well I play, because I'm waiting on Sloters, because we do get there pretty close. So I certainly don't need to play perfect to beat him there, especially if he keeps missing his short charges. But I do have to play pretty well, otherwise he will beat me, and we'll lose some time. Whoops. Alright, we're in key stairs.
Firefly.
Firefly, right, okay. I think really technically changes colors more than once, but it's pretty subtle besides the red shift.
Yeah, a smart runner would keep track of the shots and do the math, but I'm not such a runner. Just why I jumped in his claws a little prematurely.
Like we said, we have such dominance on this category. No one's pushing us to improve. Things like counting on Ridley. So I'm finishing up my item collection here, wrapping and finishing with Gauntlet. I don't know if this is... Oops. Well, this is a problem. All right. Yeah, that happens on all bosses. You can tell more on Fantoon. Fantoon will go to a much deeper red. Same with Dragon. Dragon's got a couple. You can tell on the when you have a really bad opener, because your belly will only be like orange instead of red. But on Ridley, it's really, really... I don't even know what health level it happens at, but it's really faint.
You might have noticed that I skipped the ice beam area entirely. It could be faster to maybe get it, but the problem we've been running into is that if I go and get ice beam, it makes Duck end up waiting for me to kill Dragon, and kind of how long he has to sit there and wait sort of outweighs the benefit of grabbing ice. So we've just been opting to power bomb the Metroids instead and just go without it completely.
Yeah, we're sort of changing efficiency in this section for some inefficiency in the next. So I'll be honest, we didn't spend that many hours in the lab trying to solve that one. A lot of the decision to not get ice was we thought it was get by team.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, you never would do this, so let's do it anyways.
Yeah, and there's an argument to be made that it's actually faster. I think it might be. Yeah, you slow down so much in like an awkward point. So I only have 3 items left to grab. The 3 here in Gauntlet, the E-Tank, and the 2 missiles. If I had missed one of these missiles, Slaughter's gonna have to go out his way probably to get X-Ray at that point. So I'm going to try my hardest to not fall down.
Yeah, so if I can kill Dragon pretty quick here, the timing's actually going to be pretty close, I think.
I think you're just ahead of me at this point. So far, I've beaten him every time. So, but it's been really close. Last one, I only beat him by like a second. So once I enter this G4 statue, the Dragon statue is probably not going to break here. And then as soon as the death flag gets set, it'll break.
Dragon's dead, by the way.
Yeah, Ridley still broke first, so I'm still waiting for the flag to get set. That was, yeah. The door opened and then Dragon went, so. So that's pretty much exactly what we're looking for. Is that I either beat him slightly or he beats me slightly. So there's very little downtime overall. I don't think we're gonna world record on this one, bud.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. That's fine. We'll just take over the low ice slot coming up next. I mean, low ice, like, people have seen that. So yeah, I have to power bomb these Metroids to avoid, since we don't have the ice beam, and I'm also going to have to do a short charge Zeb skip because I want to save my ammo. My ammo is going to be way more efficient in hurting Mother Brain than the beam I have right now.
And although things have been pretty safe since the first like 10 minutes after we've gotten some suits and more energy tanks, this section can be a little precarious. If Duck happens to miss the baby skip, we'll be on pretty low health for a while. And also, there's the whole section with Mother Brain 2 and having to get rainbow beamed and get your health really low, so I have to be sort of cautious when we get to that part as well.
Yeah, I mean, in any Multitroid run, unless someone's just like sitting at the ship, you really have to make sure you're communicating well during Mother Brain, because the cutscene gets progressed based on Samus's health. Alright, I'm doing baby skip.
Okay.
Just had like the weirdest pattern of moss because of just wave. I got it, so we're through. I do need a little bit of health here though, so might have to tap into that the strategic reserves there.
I'm also going to be doing a weird thing right now where I go back and get the spacer beam. The reason being, as we kind of just figured out in our last practice session, this kind of lets me skip sort of some out-of-the-way checks in Meridia. It also helps speed up Duck's Mother Brain fight a little bit.
more importantly, it gives me this glitched spazer beam for this fight, which was honestly 99% of the reason.
Yes, there's that part too.
Also, not having ice from Underbrain 1 is very annoying, because you can't freeze the ring, because when you freeze them, they take much longer to respawn. Are you going to get health anytime soon?
I'm a turtle I can get shortly.
Right. So yeah, this is the part where we're gonna have to be pretty... Oh, did you need that super? You need 5 missiles, right, from Mama Turtle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in a fishbowl right now, so I'll be there in a sec.
Alright. I'm not using anymore. Switching to Spazer.
Okay. There you go.
Perfect timing for me to now purposely lose health. I need it more so I could lose some. So yeah, because I picked up Spazer in the middle of a room, I'm basically stuck with this glitched version of it. I'm damaging down for stand-up. Don't gain or lose health. Well, actually losing health's fine. Alright. I'll let you know when baby attaches.
Alright.
Okay, you're good. So yeah, you can say this is like the critical point with this, because I have to make sure my health stays within a certain range. And like if Slaughter's picked up an E-tank right now or refilled, for some reason, like the baby would just like auto-detach in the middle of stand-up, which would be very bad. So I'm not saving too much time with stand-up because my beam is pretty weak. You can still manip the cutscene a little bit. As long as I don't miss any onion rings, I won't be losing time here. But it's probably only going to save me like 2 or 3 hyper beam shots overall. Alright, baby's detached. The other thing with Rainbow Beam for Multitroid, and it ended up not being a big deal for us, but it happens on a lot of runs, is the Rainbow Beam takes away all your ammo. So if other players need the ammo to like open doors or something, it could come in pretty inconvenient times. So here Slaughter's was able to get a super and a missile pack afterwards to avoid most of those problems. Give him some on the way up here.
Yeah, luckily there's also some enemies that are easy to farm for that stuff I need as well.
Alright, I'm in the escape now.
Started right when I got to the landing site.
Don't forget your secret mission here.
Yeah, we decided to make it a mandatory requirement to save the animals, only because it makes the timing of this work out really well. Or we both get on the ship around the same time, so there's that.
Of course, it's in this run that I have like a perfect escape. Not in my 80% runs, not in my PB attempts. Just barely missing world record here. Shameful.
Dang, didn't get echoes. Let me know when you hit the ship.
Done.
3402 by my timer.
Yeah. 2404. Now we just have to make sure we actually got 69%. We've been notorious for miscounting.
Sometimes it's from lack of picking up items. Other times it's mathematical mistakes. But
we're only 30 map tiles over being 690 map tiles. We should have made that a 69%, 690 map tiles. That would be interesting to round. We'd have to shave 30 map tiles off this guy. But yeah, that's Multitroid. Don't see Multitroid in too many marathons, so I kind of wanted to show it off because it's really fun. Even if you're not a speedrunner, just going through SM with a couple of your friends. You either need like an SD to SNES, or it does work with the emulators. So it's just multitroid.com, real easy to remember.
Yeah, I'm very partial to these item collection categories for it. As we talked about, like depending on the skill of you and your partner, like there's no optimal route per se, but really it kind of depends on where you're both at and how you can best optimize based on your own skill.
RBO is kind of interesting too, again, because you can really abuse the multiple person thing by, instead of like getting like 10 e-tanks to be able to do the lower Norfolk Hall runs, you just have someone farm ammo and supers. So like you can do like the item collection categories, routing, and like sort of like the challenge runs can be fun too, because you can really abuse it. I think like low percent for this is something like 10% or something, because you basically don't pick up ammo and you just have someone farm so you can get through Mother Brain 1.
Yeah, it's something like that.
So yeah, there's a bunch of fun things you can do with this. So if anyone wants to come for our title. But yeah, and there's still plenty more Super Metroid in this. It's I believe low percent ice is following us. Yeah, with Azure and King of the Hill, they're doing a 80% run. And Aussie's after that, who's not doing Super Metroid, but he's obviously one of the top SM runners, so he'll be doing his brandish nonsense. Oh, damn, I forgot. Aussie told me to X Factor during Mother Brain. I forgot.
Well, there you go. For anyone that wants to take the world record, that's the next step.
Yeah, that's the time saver. Mother Brain X Factors. It's gonna be like 61%. We're gonna full on fruit cup this thing.
Listen, if my math is correct, which it might not be.
Why isn't fruit cup percent a category?
Sure, we can get it on the extension board.
I'm sure we could. How's that possible? All right, here's the moment. If this is 68, I'm gonna feel so embarrassed. you got Main Street, right? God, seriously.
There it is. We got it.
I don't trust you. I'm waiting until it comes up on my screen.
As you can see, we make great teammates.
The first run we did, Slayer was like, we only got like 58%, and we had like 78 or something, like because you mathed so wrong.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's Multitroid. That's 69%. Thanks for watching. I think that's going to do it for us. Like I said, stay tuned for Azure and King of the Hill coming up next. More Super Metroid. Slayer, you got anything else before we head out?
No, that's it. Thanks again, everyone. It was a lot of fun.
Yep. All right. See you guys next mission.